Hi, welcome to watch our report. This is Ma with Xinhua News Agency. Well, in today's program, you will watch the flight training for red-crossed cranes in Zhalong National Nature Reserve in northeast China, also the world's largest breeding and protection base for this endangered species. Well, Zhalong National Nature Reserve has made efforts for years to train the captive-bred cranes for release into the wild. Well guys, today I welcome you to join us on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. If you like our program or if you have any question, you can leave your comments. Wow, we see the work staff is waving the red flag. The flight training starts now. Wow, these beautiful, elegant birds are red-crossed cranes, endangered on the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) Red List, and it is under top national protection in China. The red-crossed cranes now only exist in northeast China, Russia, Japan, and the Korean Peninsula, and there are around 2,000 red-crossed cranes living in the wild worldwide. While we see the work staff is feeding the red-crossed cranes. This is Zhalong National Nature Reserve in northeast China. It's the world's largest captive breeding center for the endangered bird species. Around 1,000 red-crossed cranes have been artificially bred here since the nature reserve was established in the year 1979. While the Zhalong National Nature Reserve has also been exploring ways to train the captive-bred cranes for release into the wild to raise the crane population. And the cranes at the reserve were trained to fly, to hunt, and to survive in the wild. And now these birds are under the daily flight training, and every crane in the reserve will receive such flight training every day. Through such a long, effective training mechanism to gain the ability to fly, to catch food, and to escape from danger. Well, for these cranes, it's effective self-training process. Some cranes adapted to the wildlife will gradually fly away to join the cranes in the wild. The daily flight training for red-crossed cranes in Zhalong National Nature Reserve is also open to the public. We can see there are a lot of tourists here taking photos of the beautiful birds. Summer is the peak time for the visit. The reserve receives around 6,000 tourists every day. Last year, the center received about 400,000 domestic and foreign tourists. The red-crossed crane is also an important symbol in Chinese mythology, representing longevity and immortality. A common image in Chinese art is a hermit or reclusive scholar who cultivates bamboo and looks after cranes. Chinese people love red-crossed cranes. Zhalong National Nature Reserve is also open to the public in order to help better improve the protection awareness of the general public for the rare birds, as well as to acquire more knowledge of this endangered species. Around 1,000 red-crossed cranes have been artificially bred in Zhalong Nature Reserve since it was established in the year 1979. This year, 67 red-crossed cranes were hatched in Zhalong, and the reserve started to place ring marks on the birds' legs to avoid inbreeding in the year 2002. The red-crowned crane is very alert, especially the young crane. They would pick anything if they feel threatened. Well, now they are undertaking the flight training, and it's also the feeding time, and it's the best time. I think they are happy now, so I'm kind of safe here. Well guys, this is Jialong National Nature Reserve in Northeast China's Heilongjiang province, also the world's largest breeding and protection base for these rare birds. And you are now watching the flight training for red-crowned cranes in the Jialong Reserve. Each crane in the reserve will receive such flight training every day. And the Jialong National Nature Reserve has made efforts to explore ways to train the captive-bred cranes for release into the wild. Well guys, our program is broadcast on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. If you like our program and if you have any question, you can leave your comments. The reserve has successfully released more than 300 captive-bred red-crowned cranes into the wild since it was established in the year 1979. The population of red-crowned cranes in the reserve now stands at around 500. Well, the reserve also adopted GPS technology to locate the released cranes. The previously released cranes have been detected in the Yellow River Delta area in Yancheng City of East China's Jiangsu province, as well as in the Republic of Korea. Well, guys, Jialong National Nature Reserve covers an area of 2,100 square kilometers. It's also China's largest reed marsh wetland. Now we will take a boat to have a quick tour around Jialong wetland. Now let's go. Well, this is the happy hour for the red-crowned cranes. And they have a lot of food and they can have baths. Very happy. Okay. Well, they are the working staff for feeding the red-crowned cranes and to help the cranes training. And they have developed a very good relationship with these red-crowned cranes. And now we are heading to the tourist boat attraction. Well, the flight training is already finished, but we see there are still many tourists here. Well, Chinese people really love red-crowned cranes. And the red-crowned cranes is quite famous and a very important symbol in Chinese mythology. Representing longevity and immortality is a symbol of good luck. And people love taking photos of these beautiful, elegant rare birds. And we can see they have very professional equipment. Now this is the tourist boat. Let's go. Okay, here. Jialong National Nature Reserve covers an area of 2,100 square kilometers. It's also China's largest reed marsh wetland, as well as an important international breeding base for many migratory bird species. The local government has set up a long-term mechanism of water replenishment. So far, 2.9 billion cubic meters of water has been diverted from nearby rivers to prevent wetland degradation, to help restore habitats for the rare birds, including red-crossed cranes. Well, this year, local government will also divert 250 million cubic meters of water into Jialong with an investment of 4 million yuan. With the increasing ecological protection awareness, the integrity and species diversity of Jialong wetland ecosystem has been promoted. While the air is so fresh, the water is so clear, with birds around us, totally immersed into the nature, relaxed here, very comfortable. Well, over the years, the Chinese government has made efforts to establish a reserve network along the rare birds migration route across the country for better protecting the endangered species. Because the wild red-crossed cranes in China takes the long distance of migration every year from north to south in China, Reserve Network covers nature reserves in Heilongjiang, Jilin, across the Liao River Delta, Yellow River Delta, and reaches the Jiangsu Yancheng Nature Reserve. Red-crossed cranes mainly live and breed in reed mesh wetland and has high demand for ecological environment. Each nest needs to cover an area of at least 1 square kilometer. They need a complete reed mesh wetland ecosystem with few human disturbances. Red-crossed cranes are quite alert to the environment, especially during the breeding season. They love tall reeds very much. It's perfect hiding place for them. However, in the past, local people in certain areas of Jialong mainly lived by fishing or selling seeds. This human activity seriously affects the birds, decreasing their habitat and taking away their food. Well, in order to better protect the wetland ecology, the government began to help local villagers in Jialong to move out since the year 2009. And so far, a total of $30 million have been invested in this project. And the ultimate goal is to relocate all the villagers in Jialong, a total of over 5,000, and to the near cities. And so far, about 1,400 villagers have already moved to their new homes and find their new jobs. Well, under the relocation program, the living conditions of local villagers have greatly improved, and the birds also have more habitat, both good for human and nature. Well guys, I hope you enjoy our program so far. This is Jialong National Nature Reserve in northeast China's Heilongjiang province, also the world's largest breeding and protection base for endangered red-crossed cranes. Well, after our report, if you have the interest, you could also come here to know more about these beautiful, elegant birds. Well, that's our program for today. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye-bye.